of other syndicating mobs out there where they just think about traffic, about getting the numbers through and getting the people involved and getting their runners up and running early so they then turn their people over into other horses that they've bought up and they maybe overbought at sales. Where I think what we saw today really was a sign of just trying to pick the very, very best and pick the value as well, and without blowing too much smoke up John and also Jason. I think some people have the knack of doing that and some people don't have the knack of doing that. And it's a lot easier to go out there and you're buying 100 different horses every year, but when you've got to be selective, as the guys are, you've got to be pretty spot on. And I think there's no one with a better strike rate in Sydney at the moment than John. And as you mentioned, 17 winners in some 2.5 years for Champion Thoroughbreds. 17 winners, you may sit there and think, oh, that's all right, that's bloody good, that's absolutely tremendous. I think everyone realises how hard it is to win a race. I think the other thing that the organisation does so well is they keep you informed. I think probably most people here may have had horses before with some trainers where you buy the horse and once they cash the check, you virtually never even hear from the horse. You pick up the paper and don't think, oh, my horse raced yesterday. Well, the great thing about Champion is, and Belinda does a tremendous job of this, is they're keeping up to date all the time with what's happening with your horse, even from the spelling pad, which is tremendous. The horse is spelling, is putting on weight, whatever it is. You actually, when you log on your email on a weekly basis, you're really looking forward to getting some information about the horses. And I've got to say that Champions do a tremendous job of that. So it's all good. It's all very, very good. It's, some people think I'm an unlucky person. I get the blame for the war in the Middle East, but we've had 2 horses Champion Thoroughbreds. Military Gala was an absolute beauty. We had 3 wins in town. We raced in the Group 1 Golden Rose, which was tremendous, and then Nathan Tinkler went and bought it as a broodmare, and no doubt I think she'll make a wonderful broodmare. And now, number 1 gun, and this is the other experience when you have a look at these horses. I'm very much into the instant gratification, so I'd love to be up and running with a 2-year-old, but you look at some of the horses, particularly the High Chaparral and the Zabeel colt that we just saw. The Zabeel colt, that's the best colt I've seen to come out of New Zealand since Sonny Bill Williams. What a great looker. Absolutely fantastic. I'd love to have a middle distance horse or a derby runner, but I don't know whether I've got the patience. But the 2-year-olds were beautiful and all the medial. No doubt it's been popular because an absolute speedster on the track, and people want the early numbers, they want that instant gratification. But let me tell you, winners are certainly worth waiting for. And if you can wait, if you can be patient, as we were with number 1 gun, didn't race as a 2-year-old, but winning's a good feeling, Jason.
Yeah, it certainly is. And dedicating out the mentor in number 1 gun, right?
You mentioned Scone, I was thinking Royal Ascot. Maybe a little bit more lofty. Look, I think this is the other thing. Again, it sounds like a PR job, but it's not meant to be. But your horses have got to be placed correctly, and I think John has done that. And if you've got to win a maiden, as we were looking at, you may as well win the richest maiden in the country. And that's what happened up there on the Gold Coast with number 1 gun. So it's pretty good when you can only win 1 race and you've already banked something like $65,000. And you mentioned those real-life checks that John tries to cash, but that's another part of it. You may go around to Wyong or a Gosford or a Hawkesbury and you'll see these little bonus races and you'll often see that it's John that's winning them, and they might just be an ordinary race with an average, a good average filly or a gelding or a colt, but you're still picking up maybe a $40,000 or a $50,000 bonus on top of might only be a $25,000 prize money for first prize, and it all helps. It's a tremendous experience. I mean, look, having kids and having a kid, that's a tremendous thing too, as I look at mine. But geez, being on the racetrack and kicking home a winner, that's a tremendous feeling as well.